Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a break from the usual to talk about something a little serious. Well, very serious. And that is, can Tamagotchi or virtual pets help your mental health? Now, this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. This is actually the third time that I've tried to put this video together. The first was in July of 2019, and then the second was February of 2020, and both times I just felt like I couldn't do the topic justice. However, it's something that I really, truly care about, so I want to try my best to at least skim the surface of the topic. Plus, it's something that is definitely affecting more of us now than ever, just with everything that's going on in the world, so I think it's very important that we do talk about it. First, a quick disclaimer. It should go without saying that I am not a mental health professional or a medical professional of any kind. So this should not be taken as fact. It's just a discussion of opinions. I've been fortunate enough to get to speak with many different people in our virtual pet community, and so the purpose of this video is just to talk about some of the different opinions that I've heard and hopefully help anyone out there that's maybe feeling alone or that they're going through this alone, to help them know that, maybe they're not, or that they have a community that they can rely on. I also want to set a standard here on my channel about mental health positivity. We're all going through tough times right now because of this crisis, and some of us, including myself, were going through tough times long before all of this happened. And for some of us, using virtual pets and collectibles is certainly a way to help cope with these tough times, and that's certainly worth discussing. To start our discussion, let's take a look at a poll that I put on my community tab on YouTube back in February, so quite a while ago, but it was a simple poll asking one question. Do you think Tamagotchi/virtual pets have helped your mental health? And the three options were: they have helped my mental health, they have hurt my mental health, and they have had no effect on my mental health. After 2 days of this poll being up, it received 167 votes. 65% said that virtual pets had helped, 3% said it had hurt, and 32% said it had no effect. So 3% of people saying that virtual pets have hurt their mental health are the minority here. I do think it might surprise some people to hear that I personally identify with this category the most. I feel in general, as much as I love virtual pets, they tend to have a negative effect on my mental health. Personally, I'm not ready yet to just share my specific mental health issues publicly. However, I would say that I don't think virtual pets cause these issues. They just kind of worsen them for me. Day to day, hour to hour, one of the biggest things I deal with is just feeling overwhelmed. And virtual pets can really magnify this for me. It's like they just add one more thing for me to worry about, one more thing for me to do. What it kind of comes down to is constantly feeling overworked, and they just add more work on the pile of a million things that I have to do. Other ways that they can have a negative effect, again, this is very person to person, but for some people they can almost become an obsession or an addiction, just like anything. Too much of a good thing is never a good thing, but you could almost become consumed with them if you're not careful. But the good thing in life is that nothing is one size fits all and everyone is different. So I am very happy to hear that for 65% of the people that did answer the poll, virtual pets have had a positive impact on their mental health. I predicted that this was going to be the outcome of the poll based on what I had just heard from other members of the community. So I'm very happy that this is how it turned out. I did not make a poll about specific reasons as to why virtual pets have helped some people. However, some community members were kind enough to DM me or comment sharing their personal stories. And some things that people have said were Tamagotchis provide an escape. They provide a distraction from the negative things that are going on in, your personal life or in the world. And then another thing I heard quite often was that they rely on you. Your Tamagotchi needs you to get up in the morning and get going so you can take care of them. And that positive dependency helps them keep going throughout their day. Another opinion that I heard was that virtual pets can help people that tend to be overthinkers, kind of going off that providing an escape and providing a distraction. If your thoughts are kind of all over the place, for some people, focusing on the virtual pet can help redirect your thoughts in a more positive direction. Redirecting thoughts can be an extremely challenging thing to do, so don't feel bad if playing a virtual pet doesn't help you redirect your thoughts. It certainly does not help me at all. I just wanted to throw it out there though, in case maybe it could help someone else, and I'm certainly happy that it does help some people. My advice for the 3%, that feel virtual pets can sometimes harm their mental health, would be don't be afraid to take a break. Don't be afraid to take the batteries out of your virtual pet and set them aside for days or weeks or months, whatever you need. I know that can feel like you're a bad virtual pet owner, but you have to remember to put your mental health first, and that just needs to take priority over any kind of collectible or electronic device, always. Particularly when the meats came out, I've dealt with a lot of shame and almost guilt about taking a break from my virtual pets. Like during that time, I was getting a lot of comments about, what generation are you on? I'm on generation, 13. Then I'm over here on generation 2 because I'm just always taking the batteries out of my devices because I need that mental break from them. At the end of the day, though, none of that matters. Generations don't matter. Who had the happiest virtual pet doesn't matter. This is all for fun, and this is certainly a great hobby, but it should never cause someone distress. You could also consider playing a less demanding virtual pet. That way you could have a pet that's maybe not so overwhelming, but that also provides the distraction, which is much needed during times like this. I would recommend the Toma Pet. That is like a knockoff Tamagotchi that I played on my channel probably about a year ago. It's just very hard to kill. And then also the Mochimaru Zoo, which is the hamster virtual pet that I did a Let's Play of the other week. And that one, you do of course need to care for it, but instead of dying, it goes to a bye-bye screen. And from the bye-bye screen, you can choose to have it come back into the house and take care of it, or you can choose to end your time playing with it. And that's kind of a nice option because even if you mess up and you don't take care of it for a few days, you can continue having fun with it. Also, the Tamagotchi connections have a pause option. I cannot tell you how many times I paused my Music Star when I did a Let's Play of it just a few months back. And for the 65% that said virtual pets help them, let me once again say how awesome I think it is that virtual pets can help you cope in a healthy way. I'd like to encourage you to make sure that that is indeed a healthy habit. One of the big things can be overspending. Do not overspend on virtual pets. I know it is so easy to go crazy and buy everything, but just keep that in check. Also, don't be afraid to reevaluate if you start to become too worried or too consumed by your virtual pets. You can always step back and take a break, and you can also consider a less demanding virtual pet, like I suggested, for the 3%. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this discussion about virtual pets and mental health. I am very, very curious to know what all of you think, so please consider leaving me a comment below. I would also love to know if you personally have used virtual pets to cope, or if, after this discussion, if you are considering using a virtual pet to help you cope. I would also like to say a huge thanks to everyone who participated in the poll, to everyone who commented, to everyone who spoke with me over, direct messages. I feel very honored and thankful that so many of you were willing to share with me those personal parts of your life. I know that's really a very difficult thing to do. And I just feel, I don't know what the word is for it. I guess maybe very humbled or honored that you trusted me enough to share that part of your life with me. Now, I know I said that I identify more with that 3%. So in my next video, I'm going to share some collectibles that really do help my mental health. Now, I've been using some of these collectibles. I'm calling them collectibles. I think you could kind of classify them as TOY, but we don't say that word on this channel. But some of these have been a part of my life since I was very young. And they've just made a great impact on me. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing or coming back to watch that video. I'm very excited to share that with you all. Again, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you and your families are staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video.